Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday the 13th. Hopefully, not too unlucky. Um, but our midnight update for this week, we have an agenda to go through. Um, so, let us get started. So, the very first thing we're going to do is introduce Lauren, and I will let her do that herself.
Thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, it's so nice to meet you all. My name is Lauren. I'm the new head of developer relations here at Midnight, and I am so excited to be a part of this incredible and innovative project and also to join this brilliant group of developer relation engineers that you all in the community, you already know and you love and you trust. But yeah, a bit about me. Let's see, I'm a teacher turned coder. So I taught high school English for almost a decade before I learned to code. And developer relations has offered me a really sweet spot and opportunity, if you will, to blend my love for tech and my passion for education, in that I love giving conference talks, writing sample applications. I love live streaming, live coding, writing tutorials, and honestly, everything in between. I care really deeply and passionately about making sure that tech is accessible to everyone, and also then creating the best possible onboarding experience for developers who are curious about tech. And our DevRel mission is to know, to grow, to engage, and empower the developer community. So those of you here tonight who are building innovative, decentralized applications, expanding the ecosystem with new use cases. And I think all of us really believe that by fostering authentic relationships and delivering impactful education and providing you with clear pathways to success, our goal, is to cultivate a vibrant and engaged developer network. And I suppose that starts exactly with everyone who's on the call tonight. So yeah, we're super aligned with Midnight's mission, which is to, of course, bring data protection to the blockchain. And so we're really excited to be able to support you all in creating regulation-friendly data protecting dApps that, keep users in control of their application. So I can promise you that, gosh, our team, we're committed to knowing the community. We want to be active here. Thank you, Ron. Hi. We want to be active in this community. We want to identify you. We want to engage with you and know what your projects are. We want to build real, genuine relationships with you and understand your needs, your challenges, your goals. We're so committed to growing this developer community and empowering you as developers with making sure that we give you high quality education, give you content, give you tools, give you resources, because we want to create clear pathways so that you can be successful. And I think it needs to start from the beginning, the onboarding journey, all the way to creating impactful dApps. So we want to showcase your achievements. We want to amplify your contributions. We want you to be up on stage on future community calls. It shouldn't just be the DevRel team or the marketing team up here. It should be you here celebrating what you're creating. So yeah, we're just really committed to being the voice of the developers. We promise to you that your needs and every feedback that you bring to us, we will share that back with Midnight internally. That means we will be knocking on the doors and we will be yelling at engineering and not stopping until they prioritize a ticket that represents a bug that you have found or a frustration that you're feeling. Our ultimate goal is to support innovation to drive that data protection goal. And so if you are creating a regulation-friendly data protecting application that aligns with our mission, we are going to do whatever we can to amplify the heck out of your project. And we promise to create and provide, as many resources as we possibly can so that you can unlock new use cases that leverage zero knowledge technology, because ultimately a DevRel team, our whole purpose for existing is to serve as a bridge between Midnight and you, the developer community. Our North Star, if you will, it's to foster an environment where you developers can succeed and drive ban adoption of the decentralized web. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to learn more about all of you and to know you very, very well. So stay tuned. We have more to talk about tonight about hackathons and things. But yeah, thanks for a very warm welcome.
Thank you, Lauren. Pleasure to have you on board. And now the agenda for today is as follows. I will be taking you through some general housekeeping and announcements, some new updates, what's happening at midnight. After that, I'll hand back over to Lauren to talk about hackathons. Some of you may know our virtual hackathon just kicked off, so I'll let her talk a bit more about that. Then we'll hand over to Stev for some developer updates, and then we will be keeping an eye on the chat for any questions you may have or any feedback, and we will go through those at the end. So with that being said, let's get started with the announcements, of which there are quite a few today. So as you can see by the slide, there's a lot of new happening. And the first new things are the YouTube videos. So once we are done with this stream, on this very same channel, you can go and watch 2 new videos that have been released. The first one is a CV Labs AMA with Anthony, who is our head of marketing, about programmable cryptography. That's a bit of a mouthful for some reason. And then the second video is with our CEO, Iran, and our CFO, Fahmi, regarding can blockchain keep a secret? So if you're interested in hearing the answer to that, and if you're on midnight, I suggest you probably are, it's worth going and watching those 2 videos. They will be on this midnight channel, available straight after the stream. So don't go anywhere just yet. You can watch it after we're done, I promise. We also have a new blog. What is data protection blog? The link for all these will be available in the description of the YouTube video. So once you've watched the videos, go back in the description and you can click on that to read the blog at your own pace. And then we have a new midnight trailer, a very high production midnight trailer, may I say. And this video is really excellent as like an elevator pitch to your friends if you're unsure of how to pitch midnight to them, or why you're so excited about midnight, or why you're crazy about midnight. Let the trailer speak for itself. It's really good. It's about 1:30, so even people with short attention spans will get it. It's excellent. It's really worth watching. And then we have a few new partnership announcements. So the core of any great crypto product is its partnerships, and Midnight is no exception. And we are happy to announce that we are working with SundaySwap, NMaker, and Fluid Tokens to bring data protections, regulatory compliance, and a seamless user experience to DeFi, which is much needed in today's day and age. And then a couple more things. Next week, we have some special guests from the Argentina Hackathon. If you've been following around, they will come and they will explain to us how they experienced with the hackathons. This was obviously in person at Argentina, but every feedback we've had from hackathons is excellent. It really does represent and foster a great community, and it shows how much people want to be involved with Midnight. So we'll be having those on to speak to them and to give you an insight of why you should be joining the hackathons as well, not just taking part. Then the final update from me is regarding some of the stuff we're doing regarding community outreach. So as many of you know, I do have an office hours link, which is a Candidate link that you can use. There you go. It's on the screen. You can QR code that now, and it will be in the description of the video as well, where you can book some time with me to talk about anything related to Midnight. It can be 15 minutes. It can be half an hour. It can be longer if you need be. Anything you want to discuss regarding Midnight, we can speak about it there. If you have like a private question or you want to run through some idea and you're worried someone's going to steal it or whatever, absolutely fine. Book some time with me. More than happy to go over it. If you don't find a suitable time available in the Candy link, just ping me a message in Discord, or my email is on there as well. Just send me an email and I will make sure to accommodate you. I also want to announce another additional call that we're going to be having every Wednesday, which is the DevRel Fireside Hang. The purpose of the DevRel Fireside Hang is, as the community grows and as we have more hackathons and more initiatives and more people coming in, we want to keep a close-knit contact with all of you. And we know it's very difficult to do with, scaling is an issue, right? So this extra call is there to support that. It can be a bit informal. You can ask your questions there, tech questions. We will all try to be there as part of the DevRel squad, but I myself will make sure that I am at least there. So it's like more of like a sort of one-to-one office hour. It can be like a one-to-many office hours. And again, like, I'm going to take your feedback on board. This is all very malleable, so it's nothing is set in stone. As I get your feedback to it, we can add stuff to it, remove things from it, maybe even increase the number of times it happens per week. Completely up to you, but this is something that we want to include just so that we feel like as the community grows, we don't lose touch, because it's really important, as Lauren said, that we are there to help empower you. So that will be, the first one of these will be next Wednesday at 4 p.m. UTC, or GMT, since both the same now, since it's no longer summer. So it will be on Discord. So if you go ahead and join our Discord channel, it will be announced there, and you're able to sign up for it on the waiting list. So those are the current updates for this week's Midnight Update. I will then pass on to Lauren, who will talk to you about hackathons.
Perfect. Yeah, Ahmed, thank you for even offering these opportunities for people to engage. I think the idea of having a fireside is really great. I think us just being all together, talking about things we're working on, it's a cool opportunity maybe for us in the future to bring folks from engineering in and do AMAs and stuff like that, and just kind of hang out and talk about those things we're frustrated with, or things we're excited about in the ecosystem. So I'm really excited about it. And yeah, next Wednesday, I'll see you all there.
And it is festive season, so let's see if we can do some festivities there as well.
Ooh, I love that. Maybe we'll do like a trivia moment. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's brainstorm that offline. Okay. Yeah. So I quickly just want to highlight, we have a hackathon happening right now. As I was kind of speaking about before, hackathons are an incredible way, and probably one of the most important ways for us to gain feedback and for us to support developers building on Midnight. So yes, registration for our latest hackathon has just kicked off. It is not by any means too late to join. We have a dedicated support channel here on Discord, and we'll be having the office hours, a ton of just different events, as Ahmed alluded to, great resources for you as you're building. And we'll have support calls as well as official times where we're gathering all together, December 19th and the 2nd of January at 5:30 UTC with the DevRel team. And those dates are listed here on the slide. And again, we'll do more AMAs with people from our team, as well as I've gotten some Midnight engineers to commit to hanging out and answering questions, those engineers who are building Compact itself, and to kind of give insights on best practices and, you know, kind of maybe some tricks of the trade when building your application. But let's talk about the theme or challenge, I suppose, if you will. It's sea battle, not battleship, battleship inspired. We're calling it Sea Battle, and we're asking you to build a battleship-like blockchain game powered by Midnight. So we want you to leverage ZK proofs and innovative mechanics for secure, decentralized gameplay. We want you to essentially obfuscate the data of where your ships are on the board from your opponent. And of course, don't necessarily need to use ZK to do this, but to win our challenge, you most certainly do. So of course, yeah, we want you to, of course, participate, but like collaborate as well. We have an exclusive Discord channel or Discord chat for the hackers who can be together to talk about ideas, workshop ideas, and you can build a team in that channel as well if you're feeling, oh, I want to participate, but I don't have anyone to work on this with. That would be the place to find folks. So yes, please sign up and register. midnight.network/hackathon. Please go register right now. We are so excited to have you participate.
Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, these hackathons are tons of fun. I'm not sure if anyone was in the last virtual hackathon, but that was honestly an absolute blast. The judging criteria was so fun. It was really good to see people from the community as well who never spoke on stage, demoing their products with a lot of passion. So I personally am really looking forward to seeing the submissions and criteria. And with that, Stev, I will pass on to you for developer updates.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Stev. Some of you know me already, but if you don't, I'm Stev, Stevan Loha, DevRel engineer here in the team. So I always like to give SPO metric update on these calls. So we're at like 72 registered SPOs. I think last week we were at 69. And so that's climbing definitely slower during the holiday season. And I think it's like 30% or so of the total test ADA stake on preview is actually dedicated to Midnight Testnet, which is pretty cool, or at least registered in the registered in Midnight block production for the testnet, which I think is pretty cool, and I hope that increases before the end of the year. So there's been a lot of outspoken feedback in the nodes and validators channel. That's a pretty busy channel. So if you're having questions about node operation, or you're operating SPOs, that's a pretty busy Discord channel, and some people are very outspoken and trying to solve solutions and help each other out. There's a pretty awesome community, and community already interacting in there. However, everyone's been very outspoken about this memory spike issue. So a lot of people that be running their Midnight node, and at least on the chart, it would look like you have your Midnight going, you have these like really sporadic memory increases. And communities flag this like, hey, it's a memory leak. So after we looked into it, it's actually caused by how the Midnight ledger is interacted in the Midnight node. And it causes the cache to the substrate cache to be really large when it's dealing with how it handles the ledger, which is kind of suboptimal performance, but you can remedy this issue by using this cache flag that you see on the screen. It's also the announcements in Discord. So if you're running the Midnight node, we're going to make sure that we update this in our documentation. Any Docker templates that we're providing, make sure you set cache to 0, and you should hopefully get, or at least a lot of people are reporting now that their nodes are running more smoothly. So please use that flag when you're invoking your Midnight nodes. There's also a Midnight node version 0.70. There's also another one brewing up already, but if you haven't updated your Midnight node yet, please do. And something also to know about this Midnight node version is the image size is almost 2 gigabytes less, maybe like around 1.7 to be more exact. So the image size is much lower. So if you want a lower image size, definitely got to update. Also, it's good to stay up to date with your Midnight node. Since we're in a testnet phase, and there's a lot of fixes and performance increases coming with each version. Something else is soon the Midnight Network Midnight node. So there's 2 Docker Compose repos that are public right now. Is the Midnight node Docker and the partner chains dependencies Docker repo. So you run you use that this Compose project to start Midnight node, and you can use the other one to start the partner chain dependency services. However, it's kind of, it could be if we can reduce this would be nice. So soon, Midnight Network Midnight node Docker. That one, there's actually a PR open right now to merge partner chain dependencies into that, so we can have one repo to rule them all in that case. So hopefully that increases the experience, and you have less repos to worry about when changes come through. Also, I just want to make sure people are using Midnight Lace version 1.2.3. It's a pretty nice version number, 1.2.3. But make sure you're using the Midnight Lace version 1.2.3. I think it was released about a month ago, but we want to make sure that people are using that one. Also, this is also in discourse in the nodes and validators channel, but you want to make sure that you're having your firewall work with Docker correctly. We're going to review our documentation to hopefully maybe introduce some stuff where we can totally mitigate this flaw. But Ubuntu and Docker has this issue, at least the latest Ubuntu and Docker have this issue where you might set your firewall rules, but then when you go to invoke your Docker or start up your Docker containers, the Docker ports bypass the UFW rules, which is kind of annoying. And it's kind of it's kind of a known issue between Ubuntu Docker, and it's a shame because I think it's like I think it's like 65%. It's a really large majority of developers who need to use Linux prefer Ubuntu, and it's unfortunate there's this Ubuntu UFW and Docker work this way currently. Some mitigations could be just using Podman, extracting the binaries from Docker, but we're going to include some workarounds to help, I guess, make sure the Ubuntu experience is more secure, because people are going to use Ubuntu just because it's so popular. But you can also use other versions, other Linux distros. But yeah, that's kind of all I got as far as developer updates. I know a lot of people have been asking about the SPO workshop, and that's going to be brewing. Hopefully, we could deliver that in January. So, yeah, that's all I got for dev updates, and happy to answer any questions that we have.
Thank you, Stev. Quite a lot of updates there. Just one quick point I want to mention. Even if you're not a node operator or a SPO, update your Midnight Lace wallet, please. It's not just for SPOs. If you're just building apps or you're just experimenting, always best practice to use the latest version of everything. So please do go ahead and do that. Any questions for Stev regarding the updates? Okay, I can't see any. Okay, cool. That is no problem. We are always happy to take questions, not just on here. So if you do have any questions, we're on Discord. My office hours is open. Email us, stalk us, however you'd like. Just please get them for that. We love answering questions, and we want to help you. So with that, I will. Rootless mode is a solution as well. I guess that's addressed to you, Stev.
Harim's right. So there's a bunch of ways to mitigate the issue, but that's absolutely correct.
Okay, there we go. The community already helping each other out. We'll love to see it. But with that concludes Friday the 13th. Very lucky, not unlucky. Midnight update. We hope you have enjoyed being with us. And just a quick reminder, call to action: go watch the videos on this YouTube channel. Go read the blog posts. Go and sign up to our virtual hackathon on our website. Please
watch that video everyone's been talking about. I showed it to my parents, and they're very Web3 not native, and they kind of got it. So it's a nice intro for folks that are not in our space that want to know what you're doing all day in front of your computer. So I highly recommend.
I've done the same. I've got people who are like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, okay, just watch a video. Here's where I work. Here's what we're building.
Perfect.
Perfect. All the links are in the description. Pleasure having you all here today, and we look forward to speaking to you next week, whether it's in the Dev Side Fireside hang or it's on the next Friday. We look forward to it. So thank you.
All the above.
All the above. Yeah. Come to everywhere. But thank you all.
Everyone.
We will